Hey Gemini, how you doing? Welcome to another reading. Don't forget to check the star signs in your birth chart so that you can get the most accurate readings from this platform or any platform really. Obviously, you need to check out the star signs that resonate with certain situations that you're going through. So try to do that the best way you know how. Let's get on to the reading, shall we? What's going on with Geminis? Says, no wonder you're stressed, you're tired, you don't want to speak. You may want to speak sometimes, but only a little bit. May not even want to show up in your mindset anymore about things that you've seen online or out there. He said you don't even want people to pick on your mindset. You will pick on your mindset without these people and you will move on. Like, you will look at things, not allowing people to get in your business or look at you or criticize you or make jokes around you. It says you know that you've gone through a lot of dirt, but you're not going to allow people to get in your way now. You will start bona fide cursing them out. It says all of you are ready to kill someone over for the peace and joy that you want to have in your life. Doesn't say anything else is going on other than that. Mainly want peace and harmony in your family, wanting your atmosphere to be serene. It says nothing's going to be set in stone right now, as you still peek in on other people's spirits giving you joy or harm, or maybe even joyless harm. It says ideally, because it's not too harsh, but it's not too arrogant or pompous. It says you may see things in a way that other people don't. Some of them don't want you to get involved in their lifestyles. You may see that they keep getting in the way of everything, but don't want you to get in the way of theirs. Sometimes you feel like life is unfair and it's settling in your mind as a different way of looking at it each time, but it's not always easy. It says you've got to move past everything that you said could happen in the next week or two, or try to warn yourself that drug use is coming about. You may smoke weed or even take other drugs, maybe just to cool your nerves a little, maybe even to relax your mind, maybe even take a vacation. All of you really, really need a stiff drink or wanting to know you can have one just to relax a little bit. But it says some of you are going through hell. Some of you are going through warning, I'm on a nervous breakdown. I'm ready to curl up in a ball and roll over. Some of you guys are ready to just strut your stuff, walk along the catwalk and enjoy your life. And others of you are ready to do absolute nothing but get engaged is something that you think about. And some of you feel all over the place with your mind. Like, you could tell yourself so many different things to move past time. It says you're going through a lot of different motions in you. Different things come to you at once, or day to day, or hour to hour, or even in the mood that you're in now versus the mood you're in later on. It says all different things keep changing in your mind, and you're paying attention to anyone that's paying attention to you, and you don't like it. It says move on is what you want in your mindset about certain people. It says no wonder you're tired of people looking in at your mindset. Evil astrologers, you say, people that do tarot reads and anything. It says you don't want them looking at you at all, but it says you've got to wonder why not. You're having insecurity issues and you know it. So if you're looking at things in a perspective of having bad news, you've got to get on with the things that you don't want them to see. However, it says you've been doing things in a way that you keep still, not really wanting them to see certain things, but not changing anything either. So you may need rest and rejuvenation or recuperate. It says some of you guys just want to heal. Don't want people to poke their nose in and get on your nerves. It says you may not want this, but sometimes it has to happen. It says evil people on the telly know that they're going to be looked at. They feel that energy and they're drawn to your spirit so much if you are seeing something happen in the later on weeks or months. However, it says some of you guys could be seeing that you're a Capricorn, a Sagittarius, a Scorpio, or some other star sign, and you're being dragged into the problems with the media. It says media are trying to look at you and contemplate what you're doing or how you cope with things or how you could move past things. It says your mindset will want to know that it's not going to happen in a bad way, but you'll realize that it will move on in the mindset if you drag it out a little longer and then see it kind of maneuver in a different way. It says you don't really want to do this, but you're trying to, and you're not really trying to. You're trying to do something else, but you know you can't move past the situation, so you're going to have to. But it says love life is suffering a little bit as you don't want to break up or end your marriage. maybe even your significant other. It says you just got to move on and find a way to deal with the situation head on. It says, can you hold your horses about a situation for much longer? Or even see that you've tried and tried and tried and you just don't want to move on. It says, just keep pushing forward. Just keep moving forward. Don't worry about what everyone else has to say. Just keep pushing forward. You'll find a way out, or a way to team up with the victims in your mind, or even the person that you are in love with or want to be with or don't want to give up with. You've just got to find a way to stick it out and move on. It says, no wonder you're stressed because you hold in all these burdens and don't want to share what it is that you're doing, or even how people could help you, or how you could even help yourself so they could learn to help you in return. It says, no one knows how to deal with you at all, but it says you hide your hand a lot because you could harm people even when they're harmed already and don't want to necessarily harm you, but you want to hide your hand by hurting them, hiding, and still hiding what you're going through. It says it's not going to be easy, but you'll see it a lot. The way you deal with things is not nice sometimes, and the way you get things is not nice sometimes, and the way you treat others is not nice sometimes. But it says it always happens in a way people want to see you harmed. That's how you indicate things or see it. Like, people want to see you harmed, but it doesn't say you're getting harmed. It says all this time you never wanted to be manipulated by no one. You just know that you could do the manipulating or see yourself in a predator energy, like you're going to kick off. Yeah? Like you're going to make sure you pounce on someone like a predator. Like you're going to be the person that hunts them down, because you're not going to allow them to hunt you first. And no one's going to get in your way. So it says all this time you're pushing people away. You're really, really treading lightly. Trying to harm somebody is not the answer, but you could harm them. And it says it's not going to be easy to do this again and again because you've already tried to do that. But you may have to take a break and relax because you're trying too hard to harm somebody else. After all, they may have harmed you, but not as much as you're ready to harm them. So please proceed with caution. It says you're going to get harmed again if you're not careful. And it says, evil mighty mouths out there, would you please read me a story? I want to hear from you. And that's how you feel about certain people. It says it's not worth the insults or even making people feel less than. You'll have to see why in the next week or two, because it's not worth looking at people like they're trying to harm you. You've harmed yourself already by not letting them in. And if you don't let them in, then you're not going to let yourself have a break. You've put yourself out there for people to see that you are burdened or having stress or having problems in your life. So you'd have to allow people in to let yourself breathe and see that problems are moving on. It says you know who you are. All of you that talk too much, let it go. It says, I know I can't, is what you say. And when people tell you to let it go, you don't want to. But you know what? You're the one that's going to screw with your life in the end. It says spiritual realm is opening up for you to see something. You're going to pee someone off, or you're going to pee off yourself. And someone knows this as well, that's around you or knows you. This person doesn't want to come forward. This person says, you know what? I'm tired of you. I wouldn't want to come forward. I don't like you don't like me, and we don't like each other. But I tell you what, we're going to move on past the drama, past the situation, and see that you're all red, or see that you're all not good, or see that you're all bothered. And we're going to move past it again and not give a shit. Do you understand? Then it says, anytime you want to see yourself in a problem, keep looking and looking and looking and looking. Because it's not going to be worth holding on to people that don't even care. Just let it go. Okay? And it says some of you guys are dealing with the media, people out there that looking at you directly in your head, or you do know that you could be like trying to hold on to their heads, because it does say that people feel your energy as well, like you're gripping onto them so tightly and you need to let go. So stop doing that for some of you guys, because it is worth you turning things around. And even when you don't want to hear it in that way, you're going to have to listen, because you could be harming someone out there. And it says, don't even look at me and try to hold on to my spirit, because I am not interested. I am not ready to say anything about you or your name. And it's like you want to hold on to my spirit so I can say it. I don't want to. Okay? And there it is. Like someone's telling you off already. Like, stop holding on to my energy because you want to be seen. It's like you're at attention hall. For some of you guys, this person feels like you're an attention hall. You want to be seen, but you don't want to be spoken about. Yeah, you keep holding on to their energy to be seen, and then it's like you know that you're going to come out and fly off the handle because you're just waiting to pounce on someone. But it says it's not healthy for you or them, so stop doing it. And stop using someone else as a way to do it too, because they're not interested. And it says you know who you are. So stop picking on people. Okay? So, however, they could say the same thing about you too, but you could be saying that about them. So it says, moving on up, you've got good news with your lifespan. And it says, money's coming in the next week or two. Even ideas that you may have seen or not seen are going to happen. Good news is ahead. People making decisions for you are going to come out very soon. You're not going to see anything bad. Life is short for some of you, but not all of you. It says you've got to see brilliance in your mindset. Set a stone for the rest, or even set in nature good news. Says, I know I could open up portals and make you feel great. Where are you in your mind about it? Now, says your spirit is dealing with something and you didn't know. Some of you guys could be dealing with Scorpio. Some of you guys could be dealing with the open-mindedness of a person that didn't know they could come forward and help you. You may not want to speak about things that you've seen there or even done there, but you're absolutely brilliant at manifesting. Did you know that? It says your time could be short on this planet, and I wouldn't want to tell you that. It says Gemini energy knows that time could be short with a member of their family. If it's not a Scorpio energy, it's definitely going to be an effing war with yourself. It says no one's going to kick off or even keel over. Ideally, you may want this to happen if you're not careful, but it says someone doesn't even want that to happen. So why are you breathing light down their neck for it to happen? It says, I know I don't want it, says Gemini, but I keep seeing it in my atmosphere. It says you don't see shit is what the person's saying. You may have shit in your eyes is what the person's saying. They don't want to believe it. However, it says you're going to see that blessings come one day for yourself, Gemini, and not with this person seeing the dark whore or horse in you, as they put it. They keep saying things and seeing that you're just evil, mean, dark spirited, or a whore, or you're not good enough, or you're not good enough for them, or you're not even good enough to be a family member of theirs. You're not good enough to be anything related to them, or even have fun with them, or even laugh with them, joke with them, or see anything. It says all of you got to move on from that mindset, though. Because some of you guys see it in that way and some of you guys are receiving it in that way. Mind you, it says it hurts, doesn't it? People are hurting you left, right, and centre, and you've got to change your mentality or your attitude. It says you've got to see blessings come. I want to see you see it. How can you show this person blessings? Maybe you're the one telling them you've got to see blessings. And it says some of you guys are saying, well, I know I need blessings. So they could be wanting you to know that. But it says opening up portals is something that you may need to do or close them. So some of you guys are open to so much that you're allowing the good, the bad, the ugly in, or you're allowing people to see a realm that is pointed by their mind or directed back to their centerpiece, like back to their way of thinking. And it's like a mirror. It's almost like a mirror shining back on them. But it says you're ready to give them the mirror as well. Like you're going to show them the mirror. You're going to show them the upper hand as well. Like, you know, pinky finger, promise could never hold you down to anything. You're going to show them the middle finger. If they ever tried you in any way, shape or form, or even backlashed on you. It says you do know that you're working against these people. It could be fraudulent at times for some of you guys. You could be two-faced or making your way back to that mindset where you know you're looking at this person with evil eyes. It's like, I know I can see you. I'm not playing with you. I don't want to show you that I'm smoking mirrors, but I have to show you that today. And maybe some of you guys don't like it. So you could be allowing people to see that they got things about their spirits that they need to look deeper within. And it says no wonder someone's trying to troll the energy for you to find out what's going on. They know that they don't want to see smoke and mirrors or bad energy or bad demons. Are you letting these things in? It says, I don't think I am, but what's going on in your shadow side? What's going on in your realm? This is where you're like, well, I see myself back there and I know that prisoner is not happening. Death wishes are not happening. Love life doesn't seem to be too bad on the surface, but behind the scenes I don't see nothing. I just see dry land, emptiness, or, you know, just way too much deep into my mind is what you're saying, Gemini. You're like, well, don't bring me into that world. But it says, no, you need to come and see what you're giving. You're not giving anything. Hence why I feel like you're not bringing to the table. You need to open up and stop relaxing and lying that you need a break, because you may need to come and add to my world for me to see blessings or good karma come to my life. It says you may be taking too much time off and having a break and not giving me back anything in return. I've manifested through Gemini's energy. Your star sign is Gemini. It says you're the magician. You're supposed to make sure things are happening for me. This mindset of certain men and women are looking for your energy, Gemini, to show up in their life. It says, why are you taking so long to give me what I need? Why are you taking so long to give me what I need? Is what they are saying. Now, who's saying that more than Gemini? Because it says you are looking for someone to show up in your life, hence why you said, I'm taking a back seat. Now, why are you allowing them to be no more than the person looking at you like you're the mirror and they have to look at themselves or their souls, when really you need to look at them like they're the mirror and take a deep look in their soul to see your own soul? Now that's the problem. You haven't been searching for certain things that you want, or you haven't been looking deep enough to grab it. It says some of you need to grab something from the soul of a Scorpio or a very good Virgo. Some of you guys need to move on and see blessings can come from a Sagittarius. Maybe even a Capricorn, but mostly Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio, and all the water signs, even Cancerian could come into it a little bit, but not very much else. It says some of you guys really need good news, but you can't get it from everybody. It says you're avoiding going down the route of some people, so you're not going to look at them. But you try to warn yourself, I do need help. I need some probably good news because sorrow is there. Maybe you feel sad about something, Gemini. And it says, I'm not coming out of hiding. I'm not coming out of hiding. That's how you feel. But you need to wake up, smell the fresh air, and go outside. Give yourself good news and stop lying that you need to hide so long. Or you need to stay away from the limelight, the media, or even people on the street or the communities for so long. You need to come out and show yourself. Start manifesting again. But do it in a way that you can feel proud. It doesn't say that it's easy. However, you've been showing yourself up in a bad way for such a long time because people always expect you to transform and change, not stay the same. It doesn't help that you could be in a lot of trouble, like you're sad, you're miserable, you're not well, you're not happy, but you still hold on to that. Says a lot of you do that all the time. You hold on to things that are no good for you, or you're not happy with them, and you still stick it out and then laugh at other people when it happens to them and they're transforming, changing, or looking at things from a different perspective. But you will hold on, make fun of them for holding on for a little bit, and then they decide not to transform and change, and then you laugh at them like it's funny. It says stop doing that because they're not happy that you keep making fun of them when you're going through something. They feel like you go through the same thing, but you would rather stick onto it, make sure people don't help you or talk to you in a way that could support you, and then you'd make fun of them and their situations and lie. Says you know that you're a Nelson Mandela. Says that someone wants to come out and say the N word. This is mostly a racist slur for someone in the background. It says someone wants to be innocent in the back of their mind, but there is a demon spirit trying to say, well, I know you all are like that because a certain race or color skin is not, and another color skin is. But it says, don't worry, we're going to move past it because it says a lot has gone on beneath the sun. Some of you guys don't even understand why it came out in that way. Some of you might catch on to the clue, or understand why it's coming out with Nelson Mandela, so to speak. So try to warn yourself of the situation in a way that you understand, and don't worry about any slurs, racist comments, or anything. Just try to understand that you are you, and you will understand that any one of you Geminis that are poor, rich, black, blue, indigo, white, yellow, pink, whatever color, will come out in the way that they are because they are Geminis. And you're all going to go through similar things. In fact, it could be very much the same at this time, but very similar at times. So it says you all need to punish yourselves sometimes, maybe not punish each other, and realize you've got good news with your family members, because you're going to have good news with your family members anyway. Okay, so try to warn yourself that in the next week or two. And you're going to go out, have fun, dress up, really look good, go and enjoy the weather. If it is sunny wherever you are, because some of you might travel and go on holiday. And some of you guys might stay home and see blessings come to you all over again in another way. It says for all of you that are going through problems and really want to see if you can find anything online, it says stop targeting tarot readers. You say you don't want information, but then you go looking for it and you try to find who's going to give it to me, and hold on to their energy to see if you can find it too. It says stop doing that, because no one's going to really help you in that way. No one really wants to help you in that way, and no one's trying to target you in a bad way. Okay, so listen to the Lord and love yourself. And be good to your mind, Gemini, because you can't afford to have bad news anyway. And you will tell yourself again and again, I'm going to have better news, I'm going to have better news. But you try to warn yourself you've got better news only by shoes, clothes, and really trying to build yourself around business and money making. It says your well being is at stake in that way. You might look good on the outside, but on the inside, you're fake to your own well-being, because you're hurting yourself mentally and emotionally, hurting yourself. Even if your weight loss is coming along and you feel, oh yeah, I'm not eating today, so I've lost a few pounds, don't I look great? Not really, if your insides are still sore, or if you're not taking care of things that you're putting in your body. Because you still eat less doesn't mean that your wealth inside is going to be happy. Like, you know how you take care of your health. Your wealth is your health is your wealth, that type of thing. So stop picking on people. Stop letting them feel like they have to go down because of you. Try to warn yourself that you're going to pick yourself back up and have good news. And then you'll see blessings come. It says, anyway, now we're going to move on to the next subject. You're going to see blessings come in a way that you can try and dress well, look nice, but see that you've stored the problems elsewhere and not inside yourself. It says guidance system is coming in to help you with angels, spiritual guides, ancestors, and other people. Even priests or priestesses are coming in to help you, but you've got to see blessings come in other ways. It says you may want a life coach, maybe even a counselor, maybe even a therapist, but some of you guys are going to go down ways of good news. For some of you, it says shrink. You may need a shrink, which is like a therapist anyway. It says some of you guys are gonna have good news overall. Blessings are going to come to your family members. Wedding plans are on its way for someone or one or two people around you. Maybe even you, for if you want to know that you're getting married and you know you're getting married and you're going down the aisle soon, but you know you're holding on to a bit of grudge. Or even funerals. There could be a funeral that's coming up for somebody, not all of you, but one or two of you might go to a funeral, or even have a funeral in mind that you need to prepare. But some of you are not going to be a bad mood. You're going to have good news. And some of you are going to be feeling really guilty or sad, because we're going to allow the energies to unfold naturally and let you know that you are letting this drama out of your system and trying to tie the knot in your mind with good news instead of bad news. Okay? When we mean good news, we mean mental disorders are being released so that you can have better news in your brain. And you will not have bad news overall. However, it says you've got to let these things go naturally. Even if we pull it out of you, are you going to grab it and hold on back to the same energy that you released? It says, no, we've got to remove those energies for you and release all bad news that's coming in the next week or two. It says your love life is going to take a toll on you, and you'll see that you're missing out on something or even someone. So you've got to have better news and see that your court case is not coming up in the next week or two for some of you that got to go court. Or see you've got bad news with your head telling you, I've done something wrong, I've got to go court, or I've got to sort out some documents or some paperwork or a nuisance or a problem, and you may have to go to court for that. It says you're going to see blessings come after this. But other than that, you're going to see better news overall, and you won't lie to yourself. You'll have victories. You'll have better news, okay? But you got to move on past it. Because I know I want to see you, a friend. A friend may want to see you again, or even say that you're troubling yourself a little bit too much. Can you stop doing that? I feel like I miss you. I'm harmed in my mind that I can't see you anymore, and they miss you. It says you all want to see a friend, but you can't see that friend because you don't believe the friend is doing you well. Try to move past it and see if you can see good news in your life other than that. Like, even when the good news is not coming from them, it could come from someone else, because you've warned yourself, I'm going to have good news, I'm going to have good news. But are you making it happen though? And it says no spell work is going to contain you and make you feel like you're going under the weather, because you feel like some people are out here doing rituals. Yeah, panicking that you might have to get involved, or if you're not getting involved, then someone's out here doing these things. It says get over it in your mind, have fun, look after yourself, and feel the weather changes in a way that you are blessed. No one's going to change anything for you. Do things in the way that you know how. Go out and have fun and see yourself in a good way in the next week or two. It says we try to warn you that you will have fun in the next week or two anyway, so we don't want to see you stressed. And love life is certainly suffering for some of you guys, but you've got to get over it. Move on from the person, get a new man or woman, or try to love yourself again. It says some of you are getting over it and you don't want to stay in the same old pattern. It says maybe you need to love yourselves from afar. Maybe you even need to love the person from afar, or just stop playing the field. And it says you won't understand everything, but when we say loving you from afar, it says you know you want to hold on to their love more than you hold on to the love for yourself. That's what we mean by it. Loving yourself from afar while you challenge the energies and allow them to have every momentary option of being in your life, taking over your brain with their essence. Because you will allow yourself to wither and fall or drown or even be in a problem to have the person that you dream of. And that goes for a lot of people out there, but don't think you're the only one. And don't suffer in silence if it gets too much. Try to warn yourself, I need a way to cope. Counseling can help. Something has to give. Okay? So don't pick on anyone and stop allowing the energies to pick on you, because somebody really wants your attention and they may want to take you down. So allow them to take themselves down first. Everything's going to work out. You will see one or two things in the next week, and it says warning, if you're getting married, for some of you, you've got to see blessings come in your wedding plans, because some of you ain't got good news in your wedding plans. It could be a sham wedding. For some of you, it could also be a breakdown in relationship goals, or even the perspective of the relationship could go, too far or to bust. It would be a very, very bad idea for you to go down that way in the way you want to do it. Like someone's not doing things in the right way, in the right order, or for the right reasons. Okay, so try to warn yourself to take your time. And maybe if you can't, then you just have to go with the flow and see that you've gone through it anyway, because it's not going to warn you any great news is going to come for some of you. And it says some of you are going down that route now with the person and pretending everything's fine. Look at me, I've got a man, I've got a woman, look at my dress, look at my things, look at the money I'm obtaining, look at him, look at my love life. And woo, it's not even that great. But it says you will pretend. For some of you, you're going to pretend to the day you die if you have to. And you wouldn't give a shit, because it's not going to show on the outside. But on the inside, oh, it's showing way too much, Gemini. And it takes a toll on your health, your anxiety, your depression, all these things. And it says all of you know that as well. When you're going under, you run and hide under a quilt or a blanket. You may even hide your head or stay in your room for a day or two or three, or tell people you don't want to be bothered. And it says that you all do this a lot. So stop worrying about things that you can seem to handle, but then you realize you can't, because the universe is going to push it all away in November or December of next year, though. It's going to happen at a later period, but it's going to happen. It says it wanted to do it this year, but it can't do it because there's a man trying to stop things in the government. And it could be presidents as well that are stopping you from having a good time. So let's see what's going on in the next 3 weeks to a month to a year, or maybe it might change before then, we'll see. But it says the government seat is protecting your mindset as well with your love life, and you didn't know that. It affects love life dramatically. All the changes that happen affect your love life, and it says it's sad that it has to happen in that way, but it will always be that way, and it's going to target you all to move on from something and even make you feel like you lied about it. So sad, right? But it says all this time you never noticed that it was going to get better. So just try to warn yourself it will, because we're going to be with you every step of the way, is what your angel guides, your ancestors, and people around you want to let you know. And it says some of them really want you to know that you're going to have a good time with your family members outside of the realm where you live in, like abroad maybe. Some of you guys don't even know them, okay? But you will. So take care, my lovelies. I'll speak to you in the next reading. Ciao for now. Bye.